This is a real chase, my God. Yeah, let's just see what happens here. The mouse is over there. She's over here. Now, the cobras, they have very good visual acuity. They react to visual cues. Any movement, they're on it. Now, with these guys, same is sort of true, but it's from their eyes. Well, I just envenomated him. See, she's shedding so she can't see that well. He's patient and strategic. He's waiting for movement. He wouldn't want to give away his position. So they wouldn't move to make it move and then strike. That's just something they don't do. That's something maybe a hunter would do, or a good sniper. But this is different. He knows there are real drawbacks to giving away his position in this situation. So he waits. And the mouse intelligently does nothing. They know, unfortunately, they know. So, it's a waiting game. But once it moves, he's going to be onto it. Even just its breathing, he'll catch on to eventually as he gets closer, like now. Let's see what he does. It's terrible. It's tragic. It's a heartbreaking thing, but it is instructive in many ways. You can learn from these videos. I hope you do, because otherwise, I hate for this to be in vain. He's going to eat either way, but he doesn't eat dead. He just doesn't eat dead. So I'm not sure what choice there is. You see how sometimes he does that? It's weird. I think he's trying to maybe move it, or he just does that, which is more of an Asian cobra thing, that little... Let's see what he does. Yeah, it's like this weird thing. Why would you do that? Why would you fake when it's a meal? It's something you would do defensively. But they do, especially him. He's waiting for movement. I have to be very careful to stay still right now, not to distract him, because he would totally turn towards me and focus on me, unless I move very slowly. But I'm sitting down like a baseball catcher. I'm not sure just how much longer I can sit still like this. He's very pretty, isn't he? Things tend not to end well for mice in Larry's house. He has the unfortunate tendency sometimes to kill mice and not eat them, which is just terrible. How do you know beforehand? You don't know. It's like, maybe one day they'll learn how to anesthetize the mice so they don't feel pain, but they still move, and hopefully something that won't hurt the snake. It's my hope. I know it sounds crazy, but I do hope that. Why not? It's more humane. It might be dead. This happens with Larry a lot. When he bites it, it just dies with his eyes open before you know it. So in that case, I'll just eat it if it's dead. But Where there's peaches, I'd be doubting it much more. So I think that's it for us. All right. Sorry if I dragged it on. I didn't know the mouse was dead, honestly. Hey, Larry, what's up, buddy? You're very handsome. You're very handsome. Looking good. Looking good. All right, good job. Now eat your supper. Larry. Larry, be good. Larry, by the way, does not live in this tank, so stop saying that. This is where he eats and gets trained, because I can't reach sideways into these vision tanks. So he dies quickly, thank God. Oh, he's still alive. But he'll hold it until it's dead, and then, like, a half hour more, he just likes to hold it. I hope it's not suffering anymore. It's such a terrible thing. I know most people, it doesn't bother them as much as it does to me, most snake eaters, but it certainly bothers me. I don't know how it doesn't bother anyone who has a heart. But my responsibility is to him. You know, he needs to eat, and I didn't invent carnivores. I don't know what other choice there is to anesthetize him. You know, I don't know. This is the fastest striking snake in the world, as you're about to see. Oops. Oof. I hate this moving liver now, but it's quick with him. He's a death adder from Papua New Guinea. It's a neurotoxic venom which shuts down the central nervous system from the brain down, which I think is less painful than a hemotoxic bite. Neurotoxic venom is used in anesthesia. It does have pain-killing qualities. I hope to God it does. And that is that. This is the fertile ant. They have extremely hemotoxic venom. It's the most venomous snake in the Americas. And he's hungry. Whoa. Be glad it wasn't you. Jesus Christ, man. You kidding me, Snickers? Just do it already or don't do it. Make a decision. Make a decision. I got things to do. Thank you. That's so terrible. This is Precious. She's a boomslang. She just got a hold of this mouse alive. I'm not sure if it's dead yet. But that poor thing went through hell. Either way, I always hope so much that the pain is minimized just by... I got her from a guy who has a pet shop who just, you know, he found it to be a bit too much. She's really very easily agitated when working with her, but, you know, she came to me as an adult, and it's been slow progress with her, but love her to death, but she's just... Yeah, I think one is dead. Sucks, but one is envenomated where she is right now under her. And this Poor guy. Not yet. It sucks, man. It just sucks. It is what it is. There's just no choice. If there was a choice, believe me, I'd take it. You know, it's not like I could take it to a salad bar. She's waiting for that movement again. And the mouse is behind her hide. So she doesn't know what's going on until she sees it. Here's hoping she's not going for my foot. Okay, she sees it. Oh. I feel bad. Oh, God. She really has trouble seeing it. When they're shedding, they're just blind. She's just going off of, you see their tongue. Their tongue's bringing particles that's in the air. It lets them know what's going on. So it brings it to an organ called the Jacobson's organ. And that's what she's doing. She's sensing it and following with her tongue because, you know, she's blind essentially until she sheds. They all are. Mostly blind. You know, 'cause she could see the movement. Imagine you have cataracts really bad, right? You can see the movement, but then you're not sure where it is, which is what's happening here. She could just barely make out the movements, but still, because they have such good visual acuity, you know, she knows there's movement, but you can't really isolate it. So, for the people that call her clumsy, she's not clumsy. She's just shedding. Oh. The monocle cobras are from Asia, various parts of India and so on. Larry, he's an Egyptian cobra. He's from Africa. When they envenomate an animal, it just dies immediately. Often with its eyes open. With Peaches, it takes longer. It's more heartbreaking. It sucks. And if I'm here, she doesn't like that one bit. See, that was because I moved. In this case, it looks like I didn't suffer too much, thank God. Normally, a snake will eat head first. It's more streamlined. But because it's a mouse, which is relatively small for her, they were out of rats. You know, if she starts from behind, which she may continue or may not, it really won't matter. Yeah, the other one's definitely dead, See, I have to be careful not to move because I don't want to upset her. When they're eating, if they regurgitate, it's really not good for a snake at all. So I'm trying to be very still. Well, I have a bunch of mice here for the other snakes that are going cuckoo. I always hate when a mouse sees another mouse being killed. You know, they know, they're very intelligent. They absolutely know. And sometimes, like, they watch. And what they're going to try to do is get a hold of it, grab it, and almost sort of roll. They want to keep it in their mouth. They're called rear fangs. Really, the fangs are in the middle. There's 3 fangs on each side. And it's extremely hemotoxic. If it would bite a person, you would bleed from every hole in your body. And unfortunately, the mice just sort of bleed terribly too. So it's very unpleasant to watch. You shouldn't watch if you're going to be remotely squeamish. And honestly, I don't like watching, but she has to eat and then she won't eat dead. Like, what am I supposed to do? It's very difficult. And if you're thinking of getting a snake, you might be in for this. Even snakes that eat frozen thawed, there are times when they just don't. Even ball pythons go on these hunger strikes. In fact, they're known for it. And so, it's your responsibility to take care of the snake first, not the mouse. Every once in a while, to be honest, in my case, because I like mice, I love them. Every once in a while, there's a mouse that escapes. Like my mouse Lazarus escaped a rattlesnake and a cobra, and so I named him Lazarus, and he's right behind me right now. Oh. So, if they do survive, then I try to keep them. But it's extremely difficult to watch. Mice are very intelligent, and they know what's going on. Sometimes you have to watch their friend get eaten. The whole thing is just terrible. It's just horrendous. It just is. It just is what it is. There's nothing pleasant about this whatsoever. This is really hard to see. I'm sorry. Boomslings are from southern Africa, especially South Africa. They call them boomslangs, which means tree snake. Alright. So, this is a different kind of venom. They might have seen... What the hell is he doing? Oh, that's her tail. Oh, shit. She's growing. So, don't be surprised if it escapes. You never know. But unfortunately with them, you'll see blood. It's just terrible. This is just what they do. And... I just pray it's not suffering so much because it's such an overwhelming toxin. But, if a person bleeds out of every hole in their body, including their eyeballs, till they die, I would imagine that as terrible as this sounds, and it's easy to say, that the mouse has an easier death because it's just such an overwhelming toxin. But it's not always as fast as you would like, And see, like, people say they don't chew, but you see they sort of have to close their mouths to inject more venom. Remember, there's really 6 fangs in the middle, and she's trying to squeeze them now to envenomate. Don't think I'm not noticing the mouse is suffering. Please don't think that I am. She's all the way half out here, by the way. And if I were to move her back in, it might scare her. And one thing you don't want is for this to suddenly end, and then the mouse to suffer, like be stuck in the middle, just dying, and then maybe she doesn't eat it. And you also don't want a snake to eat and then regurgitate. So I have to be careful with this. I'll gently put it back when it's the right time. And it's not a problem. Can you see the blood? You don't see that with other snakes. You can sort of see the hemotoxicity. I hope it's over, but sometimes you'll see it's not. Sometimes with them... And I don't know if it's some sort of a reflex, or if they're still alive. You'll see, like, sometimes in the middle, they still keep moving, and it's just heartbreaking. At least for me. I know a lot of people feel nothing, but look, I'm just not one of them. And there are snake keepers who don't care. All right, that's none of my business. But there are really sadistic people who watch on purpose to see them suffer. And there are people who... believe it or not, breed mice and don't treat them very well. For reasons I don't get. I think Larry's eating. He's a whole different story. There's a video on that too. He's the Egyptian cobra. It would feel better if she were to put her tail back inside, but I just don't want... It's not the time. It's not time yet. Once she has it farther down, it'll be okay. Once her tongue sticks out. I'll tell you something funny. I hope it's dead now. Peaches, I'm so sorry. Precious is one of the few snakes who, when she eats, all snakes swallow the prey, and then when they're done, they start sticking their tongues out back and they flick again, right? Only she can stick her tongue out when she has it almost down, like when the tail is sticking out. Well, she does it. I have never seen any other snake do that except boomslangs. And these are obviously my favorite snake. I breed them. I love them. And I got plenty more coming in. Hopefully have some babies. Purchased because I've worked with her so much. There's lots of things I can get away with I normally wouldn't. She is wild caught, though. It wasn't easy. People see these videos of me handling 2 boomslangs, or Walter Seymour, Matilda Precious, and... everyone says, oh, they came really nice. Not to be arrogant, but no, I did that. We did that, working together. It doesn't just happen by itself. And if you decide to somehow get a boomslang, as if that's a normal thing, First of all, you probably won't, but if you probably wouldn't find one. But if you did, that would be just a horrendously terrible, probably lethal idea. You know, you probably would die. I hope that no one gets hurt on my account. But I can't control people, and people are free to make terrible mistakes. That's what freedom is. Freedom is our necessity to allow others to do what we hate. And same thing with the nation, state, or country. Self-determination, autonomy. There's your autonomy. Is a nation's right to misgovern itself, no? I would say. It matters. This concept, no? Alright, so see now, I'm going to ask her to put her little tail back, which she will do because she's my sweetheart. Put your little tush back inside. And now we go on to the next step, which I'll show you in a second. There's a death adder named Mortimer having his meal. He always eats like a good boy. He takes it live, which sucks, but it's the only way he eats. Glad he's happy. Get the jumping. Practice your jumping. Oh, you got me, buddy. Oh.